Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Facebook Live. Happy Thursday, happy May. So happy to be here today. We are joined by the lovely Francesca from Cobram Estate Olive Oil. So happy that you're here. And let us know when you're hopping on. We always love to know that you're here. Say hello. I see some people hopping on already. And we're ready for a great chat today. So this event is brought to you by Cobram Estate, makers of the lovely, savory, and delectable olive oil. And their extra virgin olive oil is available in the Australia and California select varieties. And if you're joining us for the first time, let us tell you a little bit about Moms Meet. We're a large online community of moms, dads, grandparents, caretakers, all passionate about leading happy and healthy lives and coming together to learn from one another. And we partner with a number of brands that produce better for you products like Cobram Estate. And one of our most unique features is our Mom Ambassador program. So we bring in moms like you who are passionate about learning about better for you products and foods, beverages, and personal care items. You can try the products for free, let your friends know about it, and share your feedback with the products and the brands themselves. So it's a great resource, and if you're not already a member, we'd love to have you. So hop on over to momsmeet.com, sign up to become a Mom Ambassador, and try some of these wonderful products for yourself. So Francesca, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your introduction to the world of olive oil and your involvement with Cobram Estate.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. This is so much fun. So I actually did my degree in olive oil. Funny enough, most people get off when I say that, but I'm from Canada originally. And I went to a school where you design your own major. So in my second year of my undergraduate degree, I decided to ask the question, what is the nature of olive oil? And I did this because I was really interested in both the organic chemistry and really like hard science part and nutrition. But then I was also really interested in like Greek and Roman mythology and history. And so I wanted to find some way to merge the two, and I found olive oil. Luckily, I had to do an internship. And so in my third year, I decided to come down and work for Boundary Bend Olives, or Cobram Estate, which is our brand down here in California. And I was so lucky to get hooked on with these guys because they're wonderful. We're based out of Woodland. Beautiful, sunny, much nicer weather than most of British Columbia. And now what I do for the team is I offer some technical expertise, especially to the sales and marketing team. But I've really worked everything from tree to table, essentially. I've been out in the groves. I've done oil accumulation analysis in olives. I've done soil sampling. I've worked in the lab. I've worked on the Olive Wellness Institute, kind of a well-rounded spectrum of jobs I've employed at Boundary Bend. So it's kind of where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to have you here. Our moms have actually tried this product before, and we can all vouch for it. They love it, and we love it. And I feel like we always talk about olive oil and extra virgin olive oil in particular becoming a staple of our diet. And we talk about it a lot, but I feel like there's a lot that we might not know. So we're really looking forward to a very educational and informative chat with you. So we are actually going to be doing a Q&A with Francesca, but everybody, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions. So Francesca is a wonderful resource for us and for you. So please feel free to post anything that you'd like to know. We'll be selecting a few of those questions to ask Francesca at the end of our conversation. And you know we love free giveaways, always a great part of our Facebook Live. So 5 people actually will be winning 2 free bottles of Cobram Estate extra virgin olive oil. And all you have to do is comment, like, share the video for your chance to win. And we'll be announcing the winners on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get right into our chat because, like I said, there's so much that we want to know about olive oil and about Cobram Estate. So first thing that comes to mind is, you know, we talk about pure products and unadulterated products, sorry. And olive oil, we've learned, is one of the most adulterated products in the world. So one thing I'm curious about is how can our moms really be confident that they're getting real and high quality extra virgin olive oil?
Yeah, that is such an important question. And I think a lot of people have asked me, you know, I go to grocery store shelves and I see hundreds of products laid out. How do I know, like, when I'm walking into the store, what do I do? Like, give me a set of tools. So I thought I'd come up with like a quick little list or what I would do or how I approach the grocery store shelves. Not that I shop for much olive oil these days, but how I would have done it and how I did do it. So first off, when you're at the store, make sure you look for extra virgin olive oil and nothing else. none of these light, pure, just regular olive oil bits. Look for extra virgin olive oil. And we'll touch on why that is in just a little bit here. Secondly, I would look for origin of harvest. So look on that bottle and see if it says, harvested and milled and pressed in Spain or Greece, and try to find one that, preferably, at least for me, I like to have single origins. The problem with when you get numerous origins is then you can start thinking, okay, well, this might just be a brand that's taken oil from a bunch of different places and put into their bottle. And it just heightens the odds that one of those oils might have been mistreated or something could have gone wrong down the process. And then you have a bunch of oils together, especially from a bunch of different areas, it just leads to higher risk, especially if you've got oils from 2 different hemispheres. So I've actually gone to the grocery store shelves and seen oil that's like Portugal and Argentina. And that lights up a red flag in my mind because I'm like, well, they're different hemispheres. And so one was harvested 6 months either before or after the other one, which just means you actually don't know how fresh the oil is. Or, like, those are things that I kind of look for. The secondly is harvest date, which most people will have a best buy date on their bottle. However, a lot of best buy dates are actually just put on as a generic 2-year best buy date based on when that oil went into the bottle, not necessarily how old the oil is. So I look for harvest date because then it tells you, okay, this oil was harvested on this day. And then if you have a single origin, you're like, oh, it was harvested on this day in this area. So again, it just helps give you a bit of transparency into that oil. Then look for treated table evidence. So that kind of just goes along with that single origin, knowing that the producer or that bottle, what you can trace that oil back to its origins, just helps in the long run when you're like, okay, well, I want to make sure that the oil that I have on my shelf is from one place and that it's a good quality. You can do that by checking for that treated table evidence. Personally, of course, I look for Californian oils on the grocery store shelves. One, it helps support the American economy because it's an American-made product. And there's a couple other places in the U.S. that produce olive oil. However, California is the largest. California also has the strictest standards. And so when you're at the grocery store shelf, California standards, for instance, are quite a bit heavier, stricter on the chemistry of the oil. So the international standards are your free fatty acidity, as one example, has to be below 0.8. In California, it has to be below 0.5. And so you already know that, like, yes, there might be some international oils that come in under 0.5 as well. But seeing something labeled as California with either the California Olive Oil Council sticker or badge, or being able to go on and see the good members in good standing online of the California Olive Oil Council or the Olive Oil Commission of California, allows you to have confidence. Okay, this product I know for certain at least has better chemistry than the majority of the stuff on the shelves. So those are some of my strategies when I'm looking for oils at the store.
And I know that you talk a lot about the treated table approach in your olive oil. Can you tell more about what that means and how that plays into the production of the olive oil?
Yeah, I think we talk about that a lot at Cobham Estate because we operate on treated table. Actually, behind me right here, it's not just a pretty background. This is actually one of our groves. So our whole philosophy is we want to be in charge from grove to table. So we're the people that plant the olive trees. We're the ones that harvest them. We press the oil. We put that oil in bottles and we give it to you guys as soon as possible. And again, that just allows us to have complete control from that treated table. We know that there's a high quality throughout every single step of the process. And also an important factor is that we can do it quickly. You actually want to get that olive off of the tree into the processing plant and made into oil as quick as possible. And that just helps with the freshness of the oil and the quality of the product.
And we talk a lot about olive oil versus extra virgin olive oil. I know it's sort of a buzzword. We see the extra virgin olive oil label and we think, oh, this is better. But can you tell us exactly what that difference is and why one is better than the other?
For sure. So what you can think of is there's different grades of olive oil, so different standards. And extra virgin olive oil happens to be the highest grade, so the best standard. Anything that's labeled as less than extra virgin olive oil, something has gone wrong along the process. So either it's virgin olive oil, and in which case it hasn't either it's failed a chemical parameter, so it's got too much acidity, or it's it's got something wrong with the chemistry, or it's failed organoleptically. Organoleptically just means nose and like smell and taste. And so if you can imagine if you fail something smell and taste wise, something labeled as virgin just means it tastes bad. So one, I wouldn't want to buy that. And then two, if it's failed chemically, it could mean it's just slightly less healthy for you. And then there's all these other things like pure olive oil and light olive oil and pumice oil. And you can find all these at the grocery store shelves. I think a lot of moms, especially ones or people actually that I've talked to, are like, oh, but I buy light olive oil because I don't want to be consuming as many calories. That, unfortunately, is a really big marketing lie that's been told. Unfortunately, light olive oil does not mean that it's less in calories. It just means that it's light in flavor. So what they've done is they've actually taken refined olive oil, so oil that was so bad it couldn't be consumed, refined it to get all the flavor, everything out, so it's just a plain generic fat, and then added in like a couple, a tiny percentage of olive oil or extra virgin olive oil to give it a little bit more flavor. But that light actually has nothing to do with calories. It has everything to do with flavor. So unfortunately, that's why I always look for just virgin olive oil. Literally everything else that you see is not going to be as superior as extra virgin.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I can see how a lot of people will be taken in by that light label or yeah, so that's good to know. And tell us more about why the extra virgin olive oil is healthier in cooking.
For sure. So extra virgin olive oil is chock full of these wonderful compounds called biophenols, which are antioxidants. And one of the things you look for in a cooking oil is an oil that has a lot of antioxidants, because that means that they're going to be able to be protective of the oil during high heat cooking. So what antioxidants do is they obviously protect against oxidation, and heating oil is one of the best ways of oxidizing, or I guess one of the worst ways of oxidizing, depending on how you look at oxidation. And so the more antioxidants in the oil, the better and higher temperatures you can cook with. And so olive oil, being one of the oils that has the highest antioxidant level out of all of them, actually makes it a really, really wonderful candidate for cooking oil, for cooking with. Another thing people will often mention is smoke point. Everyone's like, oh, well, olive oil smokes quicker, so it can't be good to cook with. There was actually a study done recently that compared the most commonly used oils in general, and olive oil actually ended up with the least harmful compounds under high temperature cooking. So what we found was that, or what they found, was that you don't actually want to look for smoke point. What you want to look for is the production of polar compounds, and those polar compounds are a dangerous byproduct of heating oils. And olive oil, and there's one other one that's close by, but they produce the least amount of those harmful compounds at the end. So that's why I always cook with extra olive oil. Don't listen to anyone that doesn't.
No, that's great to know, because I think, there's a big myth out there, a big misconception that, that you can't cook with olive oil, and knowing that the benefits of it, and it's actually totally false, is really helpful, really useful to our moms. So last question that I have is just why will we choose Cobram Estate over the many other olive oils that we see on the grocery store shelf?
Sure. So, I think kind of what I spoke to before about how I would approach a store shelf. If you're kind of following that guideline, you're going to end up with maybe 4 or 5 olive oils on the shelves that actually meet all those criteria. One of the reasons, I obviously choose Cobram Estate because it's fabulous. Like I said, tree to table, we have complete control here. It's a wonderful group of people that's producing the oil. But also the product is just really unique. A lot of other California oils have got a pretty standard flavor. It's a little bit of a milder oil. What we've done with our California Select bottle is we've actually put different olives in, like different types, different varieties of olives, so you get a different flavor profile than most other oils. You get a little bit more bitterness, a little bit more pungency, higher antioxidant content. So it's just a really slightly different product, but really high quality one. And one of my other things, my favorite part about the bottle is this handy, I'm sure you've all seen it, but the little pour spout. So being able to take off the cap and have this awesome pour spout that goes up and down. It's just so nice because I never get dribbles all over my bottle, and that is such a pain in the butt. You pull out, sometimes they've got corks and stuff, and you end up with just this oily, greasy bottle. That's just, I don't know, it's practical and easy to use. So that's kind of like, another fun fact about why you should choose us. Also, we're just awesome.
Well, we love that pop-up pour, and I know personally I experience the same problem with cooking and making anything with olive oil. Is just the dribbles and the dripping and the messy factor. So it's a great feature.
Yeah, and even for measuring and stuff too. Accuracy measuring when you're making salads, so you don't end up just dropping all your oil on one part of your salad. You can actually drizzle it properly. It's really handy.
Well, our moms have been jumping in and asking a bunch of questions, so we want to pick a couple and just ask them to you directly, just what our moms have wanted to know throughout this chat and what's most interesting to them. Let me grab this. Okay, so first question, this is a great one, is how much extra virgin olive oil you can consume in a day. This is something I want to know as well, because we talk about how great it is, but I wonder if there's sort of a limit, an upper limit that you should veer away from.
That is a great question. I've actually wondered that as well, because I'm like, must be getting close to the limit. I would say what we focus on more is the minimum. You should be getting at least 4 to 6 tablespoons of olive oil a day. That's what medical research has shown. That helps lower blood pressure, helps with increase your good cholesterol, decrease your bad cholesterol, helps with brain functionality, helps with skin, like helping with eczema issues and stuff. The upper limit actually hasn't been found. I was just having this conversation with Dr. Mary Flynn from Brown University at one of our conferences, and she uses extra virgin olive oil, like a lot of her treatments actually for women with breast cancer. And she says there is no upper limit for the amount of olive oil that you can consume in the day, other than just what you would like to taste and what you would like to eat. So I'm going to take her word for it. I'm just going to keep eating as much as I can.
Well, I will follow suit then. That's that's good to know. Another question, this is a great one, is it safe for kids to eat? And is it safe for them to, have as part of their diet? And if there's a particular age when they can start, when moms can start incorporating extra virgin olive oil in their children's meals?
For sure. It's 100% safe for kids to consume. In fact, I would get my kids consuming it as soon as possible. In fact, my mom actually had me consume it as soon as possible. One of my favorite things when I was a kid was boiled yams with a little bit of olive oil mashed in and swirled around. Maybe like a little bit of cinnamon or sugar in there to like sweeten it up a little bit more. But it was super wonderful. And there's olive oil is safe to consume at all ages. And in fact, getting it started younger, olive oil, because it has those antioxidant capacities and it's, been touted to help lower your risk of cancer and stuff. Well, essentially by starting younger, you're just getting the healthier stuff in your body for a longer period of time. So just the earlier you start, kind of the better your chances are of being useful.
Well, great to know. Well, Francesca, thank you so much for being here with us, for answering our questions, and for talking with us. And everybody, please keep on posting your questions. Let Francesca know what you'd like to hear about olive oil and about Cobram Estate. She'll be responding to any of your questions that pop up. So post away and let us know what you'd like to know more about olive oil. So thank you, Francesca, so much for being here. We love chatting with you. And obviously, we love Cobram Estate.
Oh, thanks so much, Lauren. Yeah, it's so much fun to be here. We love having you guys now.
Well, we are in the full spirit of spring and summer and spring-summer cooking. So we're going to talk a little bit about what kinds of meals and staples that we have in our summer meal plans that can incorporate extra virgin olive oil. So my lovely colleague, Chrissy.
Hi.
is going to join me. Yeah. The two of us love cooking and we love talking about healthy meals and healthy meal planning. And we both have kids who are the exact same age. So, anything that we can, get our kids to do to eat healthier as well is
a big one.
Yeah, big one for us. So happy May.
Yes. Is it May? I've lost track. Yeah. I mean, it's already almost Mother's Day. Happy early Mother's Day to everybody. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited though. I love, one of my favorite things is grilling in the summer. It's like the staple, the smell. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that they can kind of do some creative things on the grill. So
absolutely.
So we're going to talk about how, as Laura mentioned, how we can make the olive oil a staple in the diet. I'm sure as you guys talked about, it's so healthy, and incorporating it onto the vegetables is really big. Yeah. So what my family loves to do is I'll take the extra virgin olive oil and I'll coat it on my veggies. I'll put it on corn on the cob. I'll put it on my chicken, steak, things like that. And it helps with easier cleanup. So, I mean, if you've ever grilled, you're like scraping all, so you don't need to do that with the olive oil on there. Yeah. And it helps with the taste. It's so good. Yeah. And we've actually I don't know if you've ever grilled watermelon before.
I haven't.
It's really, so that's like a thing. Yeah. So we have like peppers here that you can grill. You can do really good kebabs if you want to do like shrimp and chicken and all the veggies. There's zucchini here and squash. So lots of different options for you to use that in the summer.
Definitely. And color too. I feel like color is always beautiful for the kids. Just like the vibrant colors, I feel like that always brings in the kids and gets them to vegetables. Yeah. Although I know you're better at that than I am. I'm eating the veggies in your kids' diets.
I try. Well, I try, but I fail. So I don't know if better would be the right word.
But and Francesca was telling us it's really never too early to start the olive oil with your kids' diet. So I feel like if you're getting the veggies in, you want to give them a little olive oil as well. Feel free. It's perfectly safe and really healthy for them. Well, I am a huge hummus fan, so I feel like if I'm going to do raw veggies or something along those lines. I'd like to have some kind of dip. And making your own hummus is actually very, very easy. People might think it's complicated, but it's not. So you can just take some chickpeas. Yeah, we did some. We just took some chickpeas and some tahini, and then some of the olive oil, a little lemon. You can season it a bit with salt and pepper, and yeah, it's delicious. And then I'll just do like a little, zucchini or some squash, and I'll just do like a dip.
I'm gonna taste it now. Peer pressure. Yeah, and especially with this extra virgin olive oil, it really brings out the taste.
It's great.
That was really good. And like you said, it is very easy. Basically, all you need is a food processor.
That's right.
I had been wanting to make my own hummus, but for some reason, I was very intimidated by it. But I bought the tahini and the chickpeas and the olive oil, and it was so easy. And you know what's going into it.
You know what's going into it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can make it pretty quickly. So yeah, big fan. And then salad dressings too. I mean, we both love salads, and there's some wonderful store-bought salad dressings out there. But if you ever just want to make a fresh salad dressing on your own, very easy to do. And I'll just show you one that I do all the time, just because I have these ingredients in my house all the time. It's really simple, very quick and easy. But I love it because of the olive oil, the pop-up pour, which I'll show you again.
Yes, I was so excited to see that. It's the little things.
I know, the little things in life. But this is just a very simple, classic Dijon vinaigrette, and you can really use it with really any ingredients that you have. So I would just take a little of some Dijon mustard, and I would probably take about like a teaspoon or so. And I'm eyeballing this a little bit, but you can alter the portions as you need. So I'd take about a teaspoon or so. And then I might do about a tablespoon of red wine vinegar.
Oh, I love red wine vinegar.
Yeah, and I just feel like, again, these are things that you probably have in your house already.
Yeah.
And just add that. And then I probably just whisk that together, just kind of stir that up. And then we'll add the olive oil. And I want to show you this pop-up pour again, just because it is so fun.
Oh my goodness. It was the most exciting thing to me. Well, I mean, I'm sure you guys talked about this, but when you pour your olive oil and you don't have that, it gets all over. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It makes it very, I feel like, just
it's official. It's
cleaner.
Official olive oil bottle.
So I would do, and it, again, depends on how big the salad is, how much you might want to make, but I would do probably about a quarter cup or so, and I'm eyeballing it, but you can alter those portions if need be. And again, just kind of stir that up.
Oh, that looks good. It smells so good.
Yeah, I love the Dijon aspect of it, just because I'm a big mustard fan.
Yeah. Yeah, you would never think that Dijon mustard would be in a dressing, but it definitely adds the flavor.
And then you can season it. I have a little kosher salt. I love kosher salt, so I'll just add a little bit. And some people really love garlic, so you could do like a clove or so of garlic. Maybe a little pepper.
So you're going to come to my house after and cook for me? Is that what's happening here?
Anytime.
Because you put this whole spread together.
I know.
If I did it, it would have been like, nah.
I feel like I want my kids to come over to your house too, because Chrissy's kids eat broccoli and veggies.
That's it. Broccoli, cauliflower, literally.
But it's much better than my kids. So then you just kind of drizzle it over.
Oh, that looks so good.
And just very light.
I get to try it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just very light, very easy, very simple. And again, it just becomes a lot easier with this pop-up pour. It really is the little things in life that are very exciting to us. And again, this is in Australia and California select varieties. So
I'm excited. I love a good salad in the summer. I don't know about you, but it's just something about like the cool, crisp lettuce.
Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Again, very simple, very basic, but just something that you can whip up with ingredients that you have. at home, and again, incorporating this lovely Cobra Estate extra virgin olive oil.
I'm still going.
And head over to cobramistake.com because I get a lot of recipe inspiration in general, just from different sites, but I love the Cobra Estate site. They've got some great recipes, some great ideas. Their food photography is beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
so you'll definitely be inspired, and go over and take a look and get some ideas of your own. Well, thank you all so much again for being here with us today, and continue posting, commenting, and liking, and let us know what was most useful, what was most informative and helpful. Again, we talk so much about healthy options and incorporating olive oil and healthy fats into our diet, but I feel like there's a lot, we don't know about extra virgin olive oil. So let us know what you found most useful. And Cobra Estate is available to purchase at your local grocery store or at Walmart, low price of $9.47. So go over to cobramestate.com and check out the stores in your area where you can purchase. And again, keep liking, commenting for your chance to win. Head on over to momsmeat.com because a number of our mom ambassadors have tried this product. So check out our product review page and you can hear and see for yourself exactly what they thought about the olive oil. We'll be announcing our winners 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. So again, keep liking, commenting, and sharing for your chance to win, and post away for Francesca. She has a wealth of information and knowledge to share with you. And thank you again, Francesca and Cobra Estate, for being part of this. Bye, everybody.
Bye.